Alright, I see my audio output right here. I see my audio output right here. So I'm assuming I can be heard. But if I cannot be heard, hit me up in the chat. I'm pretty sure I can be heard. For some reason, this shit ain't working right. I can't hear it. But I'm here and you can hear me. And that's what's more important. Welcome, welcome everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, if it's a Monday morning, you already know what the fucking forecast is going to be. It's shitstorm. I'm your host, Aries Bookman, the Duke of Darkness, creator of Corporeal Chaos Consulting and one half of Occult Corner Store. I think I got a good one today. It's not gonna be too constrained or anything like that. Aaliyah, good to see you in the chat. Grand Rising, Cast a Spell. Welcome as always. Thank you, boo. Malik, good to see you in the chat, man. Boy said he don't know what's gonna happen, but he ready. He ready for it. There we go. Original Aether Ragnarok. Awesome. Original Aether. That's got to be Donnie. It's got to be Donnie. El Diablo need growth. Good to see you in the chat. Here we go. Yo, with the salute as well, man. Hey, man, look like you ready for boot camp, bro. I'm just saying. Nigga look like he ready for boot camp. Saluting like that. Hey, man. If y'all don't know, the June boot camp opens up in a few days. Class starts on June 1st, actually. You know what? Before I get to talking my shit about me, I gotta give the real niggas what they came for. I got to. Y'all give me 2.5 seconds to do some real shit real quick. Fucking love that shit. I'm kind of pissed because I have to watch the video. There's no sound for me. You get all the sound. You get the good shit. That's alright. I'm gonna figure out what the fuck this is so I can get my playback in my ear properly. But this is what I got planned for you today. As I was saying, boot camp is coming up. The boot camp ain't coming up. It's upon us, motherfucker. It's upon us. Now, my plan is to run a boot camp for the next 6 months. Each month, I'm gonna have a boot camp because I want to open up the pool of people I'm gonna be working with. Because I'm gonna focus more of my attention on people who have attended boot camp because there's a direction I know they want to go, and people who've had a consultation. Because I like to encourage people to continue doing those, not because they're gonna pay me, but they will pay me. I won't make any qualms about that, but I encourage them to continue it because what usually happens is, you start, motherfucker get to feeling good. KTB, yeah, I made it. Sup, y'all? Good to see you in the chat, man. Don't miss it. Yeah, nigga get to feeling good. Talk to a motherfucker, feeling real nice, and then don't do nothing. And like, this is how to go. To have a consultation, we go through all 3 of the calls, right? Maybe 3 months, 2 months later, I come back. So, hey man, how's the last thing we talked about? How's it going? Oh no, really, man, I ain't really done nothing. I just been, it's just a physical life, man. Okay. Then we do the next consultation. You're like, damn, I should have caught up, and then still ain't do it. See, I encourage you to do it because you're not gonna do this shit on your own. And you know you're not. Maybe you'll get to a point where you will, but right now you're not gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. Otherwise, you would, bro. You would have done it. Never mind. But that's boot camp. Boot camp is a primer course for the occult. Okay, so if you want to figure out how to begin to learn to decipher this stuff, boot camp is for you. If you want to learn how to begin the left-hand path and specifically self-deification, because that's the left-hand path proper. The left-hand path proper. Excuse me, the P's. If you want to learn how to actually get onto this shit, okay, this is the primer course for that. This is what that's going to tell you about. This is what we're going to talk about. Speaking of the paths, once again before I get started, and you'll see the image for it. Actually, I had something I wanted to do, and I want to do it now, and to see if it works. So I'm gonna give me 2 seconds because you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me, bruh. You're gonna see me. Hey. Alright, it's gonna come up on here in a second. I know you can see it. No, okay, nigga, I can see you seeing it. I can see you seeing it, nigga. What you talking about? No, speaking of the paths, I just published a short ebook on the subject. Okay, the point of the ebook is not to discredit the other paths. Although I will say, as with anybody, there's so much of my own personal bias I can overcome. But to the degree to which I could, insofar as I could, I've written a small book on it. Okay, there it is right there. It's called The 3 Paths. There's a link to it in the description, and you can download it for free. All right, take a look, go through it. Give me the smoke, man. Like this is what I'm, like the whole making a book for me isn't so much because I did the thing in 3 days. I did 1 day to write it, 2nd day to format it, and the 3rd day to go through the final edits and whatnot. And even then, it's not perfect. But I made it in 3 days. The whole process took about 3 days. I decided to do it in the midst of writing a larger book. And as I was writing the larger one, I'm looking at what I'm doing, and I'm like, hold on. I don't want to put everything in one book. I don't need to. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about this here. I just make it a small little book. Like Bobby Hemmett used to give out little pamphlets on the different things he found, different information. This is going to be my version of that, okay? And yeah, it's free. So go ahead, because you niggas is broke consistently. And you tell me. And you tell me. Just don't tell the bitches, okay, bro? I get it. I know how I be out here. Just don't tell the bitches. Alright, so today, what I'm going to be talking about specifically. Oh, Leah said you read it and left a comment. Good, I'm going to have to jump on that. Please, y'all, check it out. Check it out. Pass it to anybody. Have a whole discussion about it. It'll take you less than a day to read through the whole thing. Unless, of course, you want them niggas read on 2nd grade level. You know, you ever ask a nigga to read a paragraph out loud, and they don't sound like they talk. Like, see how I'm talking right now? Nigga hit to read a paragraph. The dog went to the hill and jumped. Hey, nigga, this book fire fuck, shot. I gotta read this shit again. I'm a piece of shit. You have a 2nd grade reading level, that's on you, man. Alright, so what we're talking about today. Well, the secrets of man. Okay? The secrets of man. You can see it on the little scroll. First and foremost, because I'm doing this. I'm doing the secrets of man because these are very basic fundamental ideas in an esoteric sense. And what happens is a lot of people mystify the mundane and they miss what all of this means because they misinterpreted something in the beginning. You know, like if you have a math problem and you know how to do the shit, but you mess up some addition on the first line and then you done the 20 lines and you think you got the right answer because you made every other step right. But your teacher look at that shit like, wrong. What? How's you wrong, man? My teacher tripping, my teacher... Nah, that ain't even the thing, bro. It's you. And I'm telling you, it's you. I get it because I made the same mistake. What we're going to be talking about with the secrets of man, first and foremost, is like the idea of Earth, okay? The planet is named Earth. What the planet is named after is not the planet. It's all of the physical realm. Just the same way orange is named after the color it is, okay? And so you don't want to confuse the map with the territory. You don't want to confuse the map with the territory. And that's what people have been doing. Confusing the map with the territory. Considering Earth to be, in a spiritual text, the planet, as opposed to all of the physical realm. And what people don't really understand, because they're so used to framing their life, they're framing their world, framing their understanding through Western science, and then considering that to be, well, I broke it down, I unpacked it. No, you reduce it to Western science. See, Western science is a framework for viewing the world. Not to say whether or not it's true, false, accurate, inaccurate, right, wrong. Those are a completely different question. Those are a completely different question. It's a framework for viewing the world. Okay, you call it very pragmatic, and I'm not going to deny it, the pragmacy of Pragmatism. There we go. Pragmacy. The pragmatism of Western science. But it is nonetheless a framework like any other framework. Okay? Think 6,000 years ago, niggas wasn't talking about no melanin, bro. Like, y'all niggas can say, well, this means melanin, this means melanin, this means melanin, and this means melanin. What the fuck is melanin? It's like niggas who have the Africa argument and never question where the name Africa comes from. And what they're invoking by starting with that premises. The devil's in the details. You gotta think about your thinking. Okay, so that's what we're talking about today. The secrets of man. First we're gonna have a little bit of discussion about what it's not, what you've missed. But then I'm gonna go into what it means, what that shit actually means. Then I'm gonna give you some more of the details as into the esoteric nature of the dynamics that's being expressed when they talk about man. Okay, so first, what people are misinterpreting, what it actually means, and what the implications of those meanings. Okay, I'm trying to get into the format of I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you, and then I'm gonna tell you what I told you. It helps me stay on track and helps keep all of this shit somewhat coherent. But this might be a long episode today, guys, because I'm about to throw something else in here. I haven't done much man stuff in a minute, and I've had a thought that's been on my mind, and I've wanted to articulate. I didn't take the time to do it on live. To preface my small rant on this idea, we're having a masculine moment here, guys. Okay, not the whole show, but I mean, come on, it's fitting. The secrets of man. To start this out, I want to let this video preface what I want to say. Where my homie at? This is one of our late greats, who I don't think gets the kind of credit he deserves. You know, he's always known for, haha, you said that about women and now they can't do anything. And it's like, bruh, the niggas who wouldn't have made it. That's all I'm gonna say. The niggas who wouldn't have made it. Not to say whether or not you right or wrong. It's the niggas who wouldn't have made it. That's all I can say before. So I want you to listen to this for a minute, and I'm gonna come back through, and I'm gonna give you what I got to say on it. Okay. This looks fine. Hopefully the audio is good enough. All right, I gotta turn off mine and turn on his.
That being a modern man is different than it was for different time. Other men had the advantage of being able to work one job and being able to provide for an entire family. It's not the same, guys. It's simply not the same. Moderators, keep putting the link in the chat room. It's not the same. So it will be better for you guys to, instead of being upset with women, understand male and female nature. I want you to do that. I don't expect you to go back to sleep. I want you to understand male and female nature. I want you to understand sexual marketplace dynamics. I want you to understand all of the tenets of everything we talk about. Then I want you to act accordingly. Act accordingly. I was talking to a young guy today, in his 20s, and his people are from Belarus, and I'm like, man, I wouldn't be worried about a woman until I'm at least 35. Because you're going to need more than guys did in any other time in life. We got to just get to that point. And another thing, going out in groups. I'm not really a big fan on going out with groups of men, yes. But you also, let me also give you guys another piece of advice. Becoming friends with women in college, beautiful women, to listen to how they think. This is what volunteering yourself for the friend zone to key women removes sex from the table and opens women up to telling you the truth. Once you hear how women really tend to think from their friend zone perspective, It'll change your game. It'll change your idea on a lot of different things.
There you go. You see, I ain't even edit that, bro. I plan to eventually, but I wasn't sure when I want to throw it out. But this is what I want to get here. Crazy how much hate that man got. Yeah, it's crazy how much fucking hate that man got. Well, look, I tell a bitch, look, get on the corner and just be a bitch and get money and shake your ass. Dollars, love. You know what? You might want to put that ass away. Maybe your husband is watching. Kill this man. Kill this man. Come on. Anyways. Excuse me. I don't want to get into that because we know that. I'll talk about that on another episode, actually, to be honest. Here, let me kill this song. There we go. All right. This is the point. This is why I showed him. You know, just speaking about it a little bit. What it means to be a man is it. I'm going to say it's different than it's ever been in history. You know, Kevin just said that, but I'm going to say it as well. It's different than it's ever been in history. It's not going back. And I want to point out something that I don't hear anybody else talking about. And I think it's what causes a lot of the strife because we don't acknowledge this about ourselves as males. Like, okay, here's the premises of the idea. Here's the premise of the idea. The way we've sorted out manhood for thousands of years, so much so that some of our biology has to be attached to this now. The way we've sorted out manhood is there were those who made it and those who didn't. You were tried. You were tested. All right. There was a why don't I know this? I think I messed this word up the last time too. There was a defining boundary between there was actually something it meant. Whether or not a culture did it different from another is irrelevant. It's the fact that it was something that it meant. Okay, and those males who made it continue to reinforce and determine what that meant because they would raise the males in the next generation. And the males who didn't make it, there was various things that could happen there. So maybe they don't get to live. Maybe they don't get to be part of the village. You know, maybe they have to live their life as a woman, not in the way motherfuckers do as a trans, like today, where it's like all out. I'm talking about at the social status of a woman as opposed to as a male. And not to say whether or not any of this shit was correct. Okay, Donnie, I don't know what you're saying is key in your opinion. Donnie, I'm actually somewhat terrified of your opinion. Okay, this is my point. Whereas it used to be the males who would not have made it or would be gone, they're not anymore. How do I know? Because for a while I was a male who wouldn't have made it. And I had no reason to question whether that was the case. You know, I was listening to there was a debate between Destiny Sneeko, Rollo Tomasi, and Rollo's friend. I can't remember. I'm sorry. I don't know the guy. I don't watch his thing. They were on Fresh and Fit's show, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know I don't feel like explaining. But the debate was the dude Destiny. He's a blue-haired guy. He's there's questions as to whether or not he is or isn't bisexual. I don't know, but it's usually in. They usually question that because he's talking, giving advice about the nature of women and being happy and things like that. Dude he has a wife and he lets her do all kind of stuff. Look it up yourself. The point is, okay, the males who wouldn't have made it anymore are still here. And there isn't a reason to get rid of them anymore. Not to say whether or not you should or shouldn't. I'm not making that argument. I'm saying point blank period. There's no reason to get rid of them. In fact, their views are going to color this collection of people. Okay, so you got so many men who were raised by just women, and they like to think that their argument is It's unbiased, it's open, it's considerate, and what I'm doing is what a man really should do. Like I heard one dude talking just intrinsically, a man is supposed to protect. With no authority, no mention of authority on to exercise that protection, that obligation you've given a motherfucker. But you're just supposed to protect. Like that's see, they're going to repeat the notions of the feminine because they don't know anything different. Like Kevin was saying, was talking about having a relationship with a woman where you take sex off the table. Most dudes cannot afford to take sex off the table because it's hard enough for them to get it. And so I understand what he's saying, but like a lot of this information is for dudes who have moved past a lot of where most dudes aren't going to make it beyond. You know, some guys will spend 25 years just trying to get a girlfriend. 30 years just trying to get a girlfriend. The whole system is different. And you're going to get a lot of women who are looking for the old thing because they don't know anything else. They don't know anything else. And you're going to have a lot of guys who are trying to fit themselves to the old thing because they don't want to know anything else, because it benefits them to continue being corrected. It feels good. You know, a lot of leftover men. Like I say this consistently, and I don't think enough people comprehend. Donnie, I'll look at it in a second. I don't think enough people comprehend what I mean when I say this. There are no more virgin brides, and there are no more manhood rights. You know, it's easy to say there are no more virgin brides. Tell that to the bitches. Get them. Here comes their comeuppance. Dude, it's not going to work. There's nothing. You're not getting an apology because they haven't done anything wrong. See, that's my thing. That's why I don't like to talk to women about the shit, because you haven't done anything wrong. You've done what you're naturally supposed to do. Even if it's led to us being subverted. You've done nothing wrong. That's my thing. And what it meant to be a guy for a long time is completely different. You're gonna have to do a lot more for a lot less things. Period. You're gonna be doing it, and you're not gonna have a guide. You're not gonna have a bunch of people to talk to about it. It's by design. We're in the back of Master's Field right now, but just keep that in mind, man. It ain't the same thing it used to be. And I can fucking rant about that shit all day. I'm saying the hate that men get is key. Allows me to focus on myself and goals better than worrying about taking a bitch out for dinner. Probably a shitty example, but yeah. Wait, who's a cuck? I think you're talking about Destiny. Rites of passage. Yes, rites of passage it's the distinct, because girls are made into women by nature. Girls are made into women by nature. Nature come along and say, you ready, bitch? Have some blood. And it's done. It's done. What it takes to make a woman who is viable to reproduce is not the same as what it takes to make a boy into a man that woman wants. Bruh. It's not the same process. Look, girl, you can explain it to girls all you want to. They're not going to get it. They're not going to get it until either they're in a place where they're already secure or it's way too late. And it's not because something is wrong with them. It's not because something is wrong with them. You have to understand the nature of your predicament. You have to understand. And Donnie, look, no one's telling you to take. You talking about take a bitch out to dinner? You already fucking up. You don't even know it. Wait till about 35 before you actually do that. But get out here and listen to what they have to say. Not because it's factual. Put it into context. Listen to what they say and watch what they do. Listen to the conversations. Get up on game, because you young, bruh. You young. And I'm going to tell you right now, ain't no good going to come from you having a baby at your age. And you think you out here slinging your thing, slinging that thing, you get a little girl to give you a pussy. Right? Bitches are dumb. They're not stupid, but they're dumb. So you getting a girl to have sex with you is not an amazing feat. So, especially you going out giving a dinner, bro. Chill out, man. Because this life too short to be stressing over a 300-pound whale with stretch marks or someone that only looks good on makeup. See, this is it. This is it right here. This is it. You're on the cusp of what I'm talking about. Not that I'm agreeing with what you're saying. You're on the cusp of the kind of guys I'm talking about. God damn it, Donnie. I'm gonna do this because look, it's not that something's wrong with Donnie either. Because right now, from this perspective, okay, perhaps things need to be destroyed so they can slowly rebuild. In this lifetime, I don't know, man. It depends on what you're rebuilding it to. All right, most women being organic portals. I try not to be sexist, but hell yeah, nigga, be sexist. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. Don't be the thing women have taught you to be. They do not know what it is that makes a man the man. She don't know what it is that pulls her the way it does. That has her jumping from branch to branch to branch to get that nigga. She don't know what that is. Your mama don't know what it is. Your grandmammy didn't know what it was. Stop listening to women about what it is. Stop. Don't be, I try not to be sexist. I'm going to take her out to dinner. That's the honorable, upstanding thing to do. Fuck that. You're not getting the product you got 100 years ago. You're not getting that. As a matter of fact, it's not even the same job description, my nigga. She says she want a husband. What she really wants is a daddy. Once again, not doing something wrong. It's very natural. I'm telling you, Donnie. Because it feels right to do what all the women in your life who have loved you tell you. Because no, they never lie to me about it. They never mislead me. All right, Donnie. I'm telling you, look, anybody else who think that shit, because I'm not telling you to go devote your life to a motherfucker who isn't worth the work you've done. But as a nigga who's done no work yet, Donnie, you ain't got shit to say about a 300-pound woman, because real shit, you're not even on the level of what it would take to take care of a woman, regardless of whether or not she was 90 pounds or 300 pounds. So it's a funny thing to say, haha, look at that bitch, but there's no more virgin brides, and there's no more manhood rights. Oh my God, I can't, bro, I can't. That nigga Destiny, hell yeah, he's a cuck. Nah, girls are made into incubators by nature. A lot of these females are old teenagers. Look, she said it, I didn't say it. She said it, I ain't say it. I agree with you, but she said it. You cannot fully become a woman without having an intimate, long-term relationship with a man. They think. And women aren't going to realize this until they're in that safety. Until they have their immunity, that's when they're going to start looking around. But until they have that security, there's no stopping to look around. It's straight ahead. I'm going to do this. I got to survive. I got to make it. That's why you tell black women about the state of the black community at this point. It's like, well, y'all niggas survived. You ain't dead yet. Because look, for the female, survival is everything. That's why all these men who won't stand for anything, who were terrified to die for something. Why? Because they were left with the woman for too long. They don't know anything but her world. Survival is the highest high. Okay, you take care of the baby. I get it. So, and if you survive it, it's surviving. It's supposed to do that. That's not what that's not what males used to do. So hey, maybe all this shit is completely different, and I'm the nigga who's off. Maybe the weak man is the thing, and to be the cuck is the thing now. Hey man, look, to each their own, bruh. I'm not saying it's the same thing. I'm saying if you want to do it these days, it's gonna be something completely different, bro. KT Bay, you gotta find a woman you actually like. Key. And see, you gotta know what you like. You gotta know what you like, boy. If you're still out there in that world where you're young, dumb, and full of cum, and titties are all that I love titties. Do not get me wrong. I love titties. But the glamour of those titties don't make me decide a thing. That's the thing. Like I'm saying, some of these motherfuckers don't have the integrity or the currency of character to take sex off the table about something. A little bit of butt jiggle, fire, facts, check, get this bitch a like. All of them have a butt that can jiggle. Even Miss Little Itty Bitty Titty Committee got a little bit of titty. It's not special, but niggas will treat it special when they ain't getting none. Because we gotta work for it. I get it. I'm not telling you you're wrong, but from where you're standing, you're gonna fuck it up. You're gonna fumble the ball. Most women being organic, don't listen to a fish on how to fish. Thank you, lovely. It's basic, and women will look at you like yeah, she gave you some advice about your girl, and then you go back and you do the shit that's wrong. You come back to her. Well, why'd you listen to me? You see, I'm over here single. Bro, just chill. Just chill. Do not listen to them. You have to get a little bit of FDB. I'm not saying go out, destroy all women. That's terrible. That's not what I'm talking about. You have to have a place in you where all the shit you got from mom and them can be put aside. You know, even Jesus came back from the thing, just like Kunta Kinte came back and said, look, mama, I ain't the same little boy. I'm a grown man. Bitch, I'm Christ. Bitch, I'm Christ. Mama had to back down. Look, that's you old Mary. You old Mary. You used to be the Mary I want, but now here I'm on Mary Magdalene, what? Mary Magdalene. I don't know about Mary Magdalene. I'm not even gonna get into that. Y'all ask Armstrong about Mary Magdalene, but well, according to they are male, so it's liberally correct to listen to them. Oh my God. Hey man, look. I can't even tell you what's right. The theys and the thems. Oh God. See, this is the age of discernment. People say it's the age of knowledge, and that's true. But you have to have discernment to tap into that. Otherwise, you just walk around with your chest out saying, I have knowledge. And there's no standard for what makes a knowledge anymore. Motherfuckers don't think about their thinking. You're not in philosophy. Motherfuckers still sitting there looking for the truth. Don't even know what the nature of truth is. So how would you know when you find it? Let me guess. When you feel really good, when it resonates? Pieces of shit. My apologies. My apologies. The new craft, titty magic. Those throw things in a circle, man. And look, pull you up all the simps. It's amazing, bro. Simps. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a sea of them. And usually these motherfuckers would have been knocked into shape or let go. But now it's just their idol. They exist. Because, you know, the farm still wants to eat some food. I get it. Oh, my God. Simps. Like, how the hell, in the age where porn is free, do these motherfuckers make OnlyFans rich? The OnlyFans models rich. Feet? But this is what I'm saying. There's nothing that you can say to them. There's nothing. Just like women. There's nothing you can say to them that will make them consume the logic. They have to want it. They gotta want the logic first. And most of the men aren't gonna want it until they get hurt. Most of the women aren't gonna want it until she's secure in the place she wants to be. It's not a bad thing. It's a nature thing. This is why they took the boys away from the mother at a certain point, because otherwise she would make him a woman. That's what she's naturally going to do. It's what she knows how to do. It's like asking children to make parents. What kind of fucking parents do you think you get? So you can't really complain about the men you got now. You're the ones who raised them. Anyways, man, I'm about to. I haven't even gotten to the secrets of man yet. I'm too busy talking about males. I guess it's gonna be good because I can make a clear distinction about this conversation and another conversation. For me, pain and anguish is some manhood rights. The old fuck around and find out. You got to. It's the change from a boy to a male is not biological. A boy to a man is not biological. It's psychological. See, for a woman, from a girl to a woman is biological. Okay? This is why you would give the younger woman to a grown-ass man. Because it was his duty to raise her. Fuck you mean? Where do you think she learned to raise the children from? See, the community gives her the support to help her do the task. Where do you think she learned how she's supposed to do it? Especially if she's leaving her mother that young of an age. But see, that's an age of families. That's one age where whether your family name meant something because you and your folks was about something, as opposed to, well, whoever wants to can take our family name, go out there and do whatever the fuck they want with no repercussions because it's all supposed to be about love. No, family is business. People used to have, like, I know, because my mom and my uncle were doing a whole bunch of different lineage stuff, but like we used to have an established family. The motherfuckers are more concerned about getting a fancy car and holding grudges from fucking 10 for 50 years as opposed to continuing the legacy. Motherfuckers get a chunk of money, now you got a new car, a big house, and your kids is living paycheck to paycheck. Fuck you mean? Your kids with kids is living paycheck to paycheck while you got a nice car and you tell them about the American dream. What stop? Because it's a symptom of a larger issue, and that whole issue will have me doing a whole episode ranting about that shit. Niggas get an ounce of hope for a scrounge of titty and become dominable. And epistemology is off. Well, why you say that epistemology is off? I would have said on top. Look, I guess I can see the epistemology. My problem is I see the glaring problem of ontology where the inclusion of themselves comes in. But if you want to talk about the ontology as far as like just the existence of titty, we already agree on that. Shit. This nigga said, wifing in the club? Oh, God, man. My homie's going to disown it, nigga. Yeah. What's that? J. Cole? Oh, man. See, the whole marriage thing it's so much more than niggas ever put you on game because they didn't know neither because who raised them? That's what I'm saying, man. When Dr. Tommy Curry says that racism, white supremacy is anti-black misandry. Because racism starts with the whole opposition of white and black. Motherfuckers think it's skin color. Not because you let white folk tell you what it is. What stop? And they want to believe that shit, drink their own Kool-Aid. It's not skin color. How you know? Because Asian's not a color. Hispanic, Latino ain't a color. White and black was colors. But that make you think the whole thing about color? No. Because once again, you're confusing the map with the territory. You're confusing the map with the territory. I talked about where race starts, and I remember another episode about it when I talk about the white manosphere and the black manosphere, and who are the white men of the black community. Because I had black men get that shit all the time. Oh, God damn it, I'm gonna have some fun. Fuck you mean? The broken home literally opens the door for every other area of destruction. Makes the entire family vulnerable. Exactly. But when all the motherfucker can think is, well, what about me, my feelings, individualism. Individualism has destroyed us. Because everybody is their own thing. And nobody's part of the collective of things. See, look, as far as the physical world is concerned, making that work, you have to do it. You have to. See, this is a completely different conversation from the spiritual conversation. It's a completely different conversation. Because you don't need the groups for that. It's a mechanism, it's a technique to do it, but you don't need the groups for that. For human shit, you need the groups. You need it. And this whole American dream shit give you the illusion and the feeling that you can do it all by yourself and that you're doing it by yourself. Let's stop. So I'm gonna have more conversations on that. But I hadn't talked to it in a while. I hadn't talked to it. Because I would say some of what I talk about is red pill, but what people consider red pill these days is getting mainstream, and motherfuckers don't even know what they're talking about. If you want to have an idea of what the fuck red pill is, go listen to Rollo Tomasi. The man's been doing it for more than 20 years. He's got a series of books on it. He's got hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of content. You know, motherfuckers will sit here and listen to a 10-minute video with some blue-haired little dude and some. Oh God, don't roast Nico. Please don't roast Nico. Just leave me. Some fucking kids who's got their chest out with just ideals and cuckoldry. Like, why is this at the same table as a grown-ass man? Because, you know why? Because everybody's the same. Everyone's equal. No one's weaker than the motherfucker who's insisting on equality. Fuck out of here. Individualism defeated, definitely destroyed the black family structure. The boomers fucked up royally and still won't take accountability for their actions because they don't have to. No one has to be accountable except to the state. So you don't have to be accountable to each other. You can just go suck on the state's titty. The great whore, just suck on the titty. You don't need to be accountable to the people you say you love. That's not what love is anymore. That's not what family is anymore. All of it is me, what I want, and what live my best life. Self-care. I'm gonna live my best life. Okay, with who? For what? Whatever, man. For what? Motherfuckers don't stand for nothing. Anyways, I want to get into the secrets of man. I've been in this motherfucker running my goddamn mouth. How long? About 45 minutes in. Alright, this one isn't going to be one where I'm dropping videos to convey an idea I'm talking about. I'm just going to go through the idea, okay? The secrets of man. M-A-N. First and foremost, I want us to get an idea of what the fuck we're talking about, okay? What am I going to use first? I'm going to use that one. I think I'm going to use the other one. No, I have to start with this one. Okay. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I have to start with this one. I have to. Okay. God damn, it's just all my way. Alright. Give me this one. There we go. Okay. Just so you know, this isn't something I created specifically for. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. Give me half a second here. Let me just clean this up a little bit. So all my background shit ain't out here in the streets. Looking like I'm doing a red light challenge. Fucking hoes. Hey dog, they're gonna do the same thing. That's natural. I just want guys to get what women are, so they're not mad about it. Because I understand why you'd be mad. I understand the feeling of, hey, I've been lied to my whole life. But I mean, you gotta understand the nature of who the motherfucker was telling you shit. And how it's not gonna change, because ain't nothing wrong with it. Back in the day, it was some scarlet letter shit. That's how I was shame and shun a woman for adultery. Now it's celebrated. Yeah, because her man is the state. That is her support system. That is her community. Every other man that she deals with, if he does not surpass the state and more forever, she always has the option to go back to him. Always. That's her community, the state. You see, when your community, when you needed, like if you need your plumbing fixed and you had to go to someone in your family, your community, your network, and it was more than likely going to be a man. And so you had to have some type of positive relationship with this motherfucker. Okay. But now, the state, master's dollar, you can throw that out there. What's that? Shame is healthy. Shame is fucking healthy. To be consumed by it, no, but to be consumed by anything isn't healthy. So that's redundant. Shame is healthy. It has its utility, guys. Oh, I just clicked my own cup. I feel like I gave myself a toast to that. Shame is healthy. Oh shit! Magic market. I forgot to mention. I've been ranting. If you are in Atlanta, Magic Market, presented to you by Occult Corner Store. Okay, I'm gonna try and do this once a month. I want to, because we're a vendor as well. It's hard to find people who do the things that we do. So I want to bring not only the people who make some of this shit that y'all motherfuckers would really like to get, but I want it to be a place where you can come and learn some shit, where people can engage with the community. You can, like, if you're a vendor, you can engage with your audience. But I want motherfuckers to be able to come there and learn some shit, to meet people in your city who do the shit you say you do. And not just the whole, singing bowl, hum, meditate people with the African incense and shit. Like, I'm not saying something wrong with them niggas, but there's more to this shit than that. Okay, so Magic Market. I don't even know if I put the link in the description. Fuck, I didn't put the link in the description. But you can go to occultcornerstore.com. The pages are up on it. There's the flyer. And if you check out my Instagram, we're talking about it as well. Okay. The secrets of man. All right, let's start it out here, guys. How are people messing this up? What do you usually think this means? And why is that not the case? As what I started out the show, okay? It's a confusion of the map and the territory. More especially because you've misinterpreted the map. So it's not even just confusing the map and the territory, it's also a misinterpretation of the map. But you confuse the map and the territory because you misinterpreted the map. Okay? You're confusing the map and the territory itself because you misinterpreted the map. So it's not something you can never get by, but it's a slip you've made. Conflating man with human. Homo sapien. Even human and Homo sapien are not the same thing. The devil is always in the details. What are you agreeing to? What are you invoking? All right, but in the case of man, M-A-N, this is not male. This is not male Homo sapien. This is not Homo sapiens at large. Okay? You have to keep in mind that you are looking at this, you are translating this word, you are interpreting this word through the medium of the English language. Through a few hundred years of Western occultism. See, the English language and Western occultism are deeply intertwined. Deeply intertwined. Not to mention that the Bible of the Holy Roman Church, the First Reich, is deeply intertwined with the English language. In fact, the English language really got its kick from Shakespeare or Francis Bacon, which we can have that discussion some other time. That's where the English language got its kick. Before that, it's a bunch of different German and Germanic, excuse me, not German yet, Germanic dialects that came together. That's why Shakespeare and them was so groundbreaking. That's why you never stop hearing about them in terms of Western history. Is because that was some groundbreaking shit for them. And so you have to take into account the history of the language you're using, how it works. Okay, because motherfuckers will be sitting here taking English and translating it through English geometria. Through English geometry, okay? So the first thing I want to get into, to try and look at what you've been doing, and I'm going to tell you why it's wrong, is I want to get into this part, okay? English geometria. What is geometria? No, I'm not going to do that. Oh yeah, if I didn't tell you, these slides are from the future coursework I'm going to be setting up. Just giving you a sample of how it works. Because I'm doing so much right now. Don't have time to release it, but it's coming up. It's coming up. See, all you niggas who sit out there trying to get the next free thing, you have no idea what's going on. But I got you some new next free thing. But the point, excuse me. What is geometria, okay? Geometria is it's a you can call it a method of encoding, a method of making an idea into a symbol, whatever. There are many different people who will say what geometria is, but bare bones, geometria it's something. It's a concept or an idea encoded that is uncoded using a cipher. Okay, it's a concept or idea that is encoded, that is decoded, excuse me, using a cipher. Okay, so you need the code and you need the cipher to understand what it is you're looking at. Okay, using English words with Jewish geometria, you're misinterpreting the map because there's geometria for English. And so you don't know what you're looking at. You're trying so hard to find some connection that you can tell motherfuckers, look at the numbers, oh my God. But you don't know what you're looking at. And you learn so much more about what you're talking about. You're sitting here studying Western occultism, trying to use a Hebrew framework. This is what happens when you go around collecting information from everywhere and you don't have a mechanism or a guide as to what it is you're picking up. You don't have a cipher. You just have the thing that's encoded, and you're so proud of yourself for holding it. All right, look, you need a cipher for geometria, and geometria is not some divine thing out there. This is what you're doing. You're doing the same thing as you do with astrology. You're doing the same thing as you do with numerology. Okay, you're taking a pattern, an infinite repeating pattern, a pattern that repeats itself on into infinity, and you're pulling out patterns within the pattern. You're pulling out patterns within the pattern. And that's the relationship between that initial pattern and the patterns that emerge from it are what you're examining. That's what your astrology is. See, it's not to be confused with astronomy or the zodiac, because those are two tools of astrology. Astrology takes a pattern that is repeating itself onto infinity, the days, because each one is going to come. You have another one. You have a regular metric by which you measure days, months, years. All right, it's a continuous repeating pattern, just like numbers are, and then you take patterns that arise from the original pattern, and you compare them. You look at how those patterns interact, how they emerge, and that gives you the information that you get from things like astrology, geometry, and numerology. Okay. It's very simple. It's not something that now I've got the secret code, and when I say it, it resonates with this particular chakra. Like it's a way of encoding. And just because you use the cipher and you find something doesn't mean someone necessarily encoded that. It just means you used the cipher and it gave you a result. Okay, we've been doing these kinds of things for millennia. It's not something new, and it's very basic to do. It's very simple to do. Okay, you just have to know what pattern you're using. So in this case, it's the English language, like a Rosetta Stone, so to speak. Actually, I'm not as familiar with the Rosetta Stone itself and how they use that to decipher things. But to the degree to which they say they use the Rosetta Stone to decipher the Egyptian hieroglyphs, yes, the Rosetta Stone is the cipher. The hieroglyphs are the encoded information. You use the cipher to unlock or decode the coded information. Okay? It could all be so simple, my bro. My dude, it could all be so fucking simple. Okay? So, here is a cipher for the English alphabet. Okay? Here's a cipher. It's like a magic square. Yeah, I've seen those before. Yes, it's the same thing. You can even do the same thing with the sigils you use. You know, I don't know why you necessarily want them to be decoded, but I mean, whatever your uses are, you can do this with so many different things. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it can also be so easy, because when you understand the underlying framework, you can apply it other places. Just having new words to say, Kundalini, chakra, melanin, pineal, doesn't mean you can apply it anywhere. All that shit's so mundane. Fucking God body garbage. Anyways, M-A-N is not human. M-A-N is not man. Just like Earth is not the planet. The planet is named Earth. Homo sapien is considered man. Because you're looking at the English language, and you're not only looking simply at the English language, you're unknowingly looking through generations of Western occultism. The motherfuckers who made the English language wasn't just like, hey bro, we're gonna make it. What's that sound you said? We're gonna put it on this letter, bro. This is it. Did the nigga just go? Oh hell yeah, that's gotta be a letter, nigga. Your ignorance of the things you use is what keeps you not moving forward. Your presumptions about what you think you know. How the fuck is a language established? A nigga's just sitting around, nigga, that is a rock. That's a rock. Everybody agree? God damn it, Donnie, it is not a bottle, it's a rock. Somebody kill this nigga. We can't have this around here. It's that. What is a language? What is it used for? Look up the Phoenicians. The Phoenicians are who are known for being good at this, okay? It's a lexicon. It is a dictation of a lexicon. Language, I can tell motherfuckers study the philosophy of language. There's so much to language that gets glazed over. The subtleties. Motherfuckers want to talk about magic and all you can do is tell me about vibrating sound particles. Fucking idiots. Not sound particles, excuse me. Vibrating particles that generate sound, that are translated into sounds in your eardrum. All you tell me about vibration in the physical world, and that's it. You've missed it. And this is the same thing with the secrets of man. You've missed what M-A-N is because you think you know. You've mystified the mundane. So here, let's get into it, man. Looking at the English cipher for the geometry for the English language, M-A-N. Okay? Right, first, like I said, first thing I'm going to do is tell you why you're wrong. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. Then I'm going to tell you what it actually means. and the implications of that, what we're looking at. Because I spent so much time talking to you about the Trinity. I've spent so much time talking to you about the Trinity. If some of this isn't at least obvious immediately, maybe you got to go back and review. Because I'm telling you, bro, this shit is not difficult. It's you're misinterpreting the map. And because you've done that, you've confused the map and the territory. M-A-N. Okay, 26 letters of the alphabet. 13 on each side. Oh, 13? Oh, was that a 13? Oh my God. What you're looking at, when you're looking at, oh, you can see my mouse? Good, you can see my mouse. Wonderful. Here, I'm not going to tell you what you're looking at immediately, okay? I want you to start to look at some of the letters. For example, N and Z. You turn N on its side as Z. You turn Z on its side as N. Okay? Look at M and A. Look at the structure of A versus let's see the structure of V. If you turn it upside down, but you have an additional line here. Not just that. See, that's the interesting thing about A, like Aleph. Okay? The symbolism of the letter is talking, it's speaking. God damn it, man. You're looking through Western occultism. Anyways, this is the same symbol, the symbol for A. Here, let me go up here. Because I know I have it. Boom. Boom. There's your A. Right here. Here's what you do. Let's go back down to the letter. What'd you do? Look at that line right there. What is it invoking to have that line? What is what you see point to? It points to the because look, you have the first triangle. That's the A itself. Okay? And then you have the one within it, invoking the other two. Like I'm telling you, bro, like part of seeing is not seeing. Part of seeing is not seeing. This is basic occultism. Okay? That's why the word occult does not mean hidden. It does not mean hidden. I know. What do you mean? It does not mean hidden. It means unapparent. Like the prefix, oc, as in ocular. It's about sight, and not your eyeball sight. Imagine an apple. You didn't need an eyeball. That's my third eye. What do you mean your third eye? My pineal gland. Mystifying the mundane. You just reduced it back to not only Western science, but the physical world. This is why, what was it, C. Freeman or Phil Valentine called it the first eye. The first eye. Fuck you mean? Once again, you misinterpreted the map. And so you think the map is a territory. You've misinterpreted the map, so you think the map is a territory. You don't see beyond the map. You get stuck in physical world. You get stuck in Western science's framing. M-A-N. What is it? What are we looking at when we're going to M-A-N? Okay, I drew the circular nature on here because I'm going to connect that to something else here in a minute. But it's just like the zodiac. The zodiac is about the journey around the circle. Okay? It's the journey of fire through the circle. It's just like the major arcana of the tarot. It's the journey of the fool. It's the journey of the fool. It's the great work. Okay? It's about moving around the circle. The circle, the square, the triangle. These are not just shapes that you can use to draw something else. There's a reason that these are the fundamentals of all the rest of geometry. There's a reason they're the fundamentals. Like the concept of 90-degree angle. It's not arbitrary. Like why not? Okay, a nigga made the shape, right? Why not say it's 27 degrees? Where'd they get 90 degrees from? If you don't know, you can look these things up. This is what I'm saying. If you don't know, how the fuck are you presuming to know these other things? You're sitting here telling me about the English language and you don't know English geometry. You don't know what you're looking at. This part of the cipher is the circle itself. Part of the cipher is the circle itself. Okay, so where something is on the circle is part of what you're talking about. Okay, the distance from A to M, which is 13, constitutes 1/2 of the whole movement. Imagine if you were looking at it on the zodiac. Aries to Virgo. Aries to Virgo constitutes a whole half of the entire circuit. Okay? end, even the beginning of the step implies or invokes the end of the step, okay? That's what you're looking at. You're looking at that unfolding. You ever seen your Fibonacci thing? Or I'm going to go to the Yad Vade. That's what's coming next. But this is about the circle. This is about unfolding. This is not about human affairs. This is about the nature of manifestation. It is not about human affairs. For the longest, the concept of man has been that man and God are the same nature, the same essence. All right, man is the hand of God. I've talked to you about it. Man is the hand of God. And I'm not trying to invoke the ontology of Christianity. I'm trying to speak to you in terms that I know you know. This is why a nigga would not talk to Egyptians about a penguin. Because they don't know nothing about that. Why would you frame, the only reason to frame their deities in a penguin if you were talking about a nigga that was mysterious. If you was talking about a nigga that was mysterious and who was completely outside of anything they knew. Like that's why Set was a beast, a mysterious creature. Because he represented the unknown, chaos, the red land. Motherfuckers talking Kemet, the black land. It wasn't because of the people's skin color, you idiots. It's because there was a red and a black land. See, this is the culture, this is the nature of the people. You're reading history backwards. You're misinterpreting the map, and so you confuse it for the territory. The black land had nothing to do with melanin or people's skin. It was black versus red. The red was the chaos, the world out there. Because where are these motherfuckers coming from? All right, where does the history of Kemet come from? This is some primordial shit, dude. Like the blackness as opposed to the redness. You talking about the beginning of the fucking sevenfold chakra system. You're talking about the beginning of the zodiac emerging as Aries from blackness. You're talking about the beginning of the four elements, fire emerging from nothingness or the ether, depending on who you're having the conversation with. See, these are not talking about physical world affairs. These are not talking about physical world affairs. The physical world isn't after. It's the residue of the shit that this shit is talking about. Motherfuckers will misinterpret fucking ancient systems of describing the universe, of reality at large. And they say, look, here's this flat thing, and they called it Earth. This must mean Earth is flat. No, they're talking about the physical world at large and compared to the rest of reality. The planet is named Earth. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. God, it's so dumb. It's so dumb. But I get it. It's materialism. It's creationism. Because everyone always reduces all this stuff back to Western science and physicalism. So that's the natural conclusion to make. Creationism. Anyways, M-A-N is like Christ. All right, the Son of Man. Who is that? Timon times 2. So the Son of Man phrase. Okay, see, look, God, man, and the Son of Man, different things. Yes, the sons of man, the daughters of man. All right, just like you have the Most High, the image of the Most High, and that which is created in the image of the Most High. The Most High, the image of the Most High, and all that is created in that image. Because when we're talking about created versus creation, this is what we're talking about at man. That nice little point between creation itself and that which is created. Because creation ain't just immediately everything, creation don't just immediately come out of nothing. Anyways. Let me continue the lecture and not be the dick that I would like to be, okay? Remember, the Most High, the image of the Most High, and that which is created in the image. The Most High, the image of the Most High, which is Christ, which is the only begotten Son, and that which is created in the image. All right? Because this is why I'm talking about this. There is a nice little tricky relationship, golden mean. You can, okay, because look, the golden mean is one way, because I think they have the golden mean, is it pi? Is the other one pi? I don't think the other one is pi. It's the golden mean ratio, and there's another one. But what you're looking at when you're looking at the golden mean ratio, thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. This is what you're looking at. Okay, you have the 16-fold and the 12-fold. The 12-fold is one spiral coming down. The 16-fold is the other spiral going back up. If you ever heard of the Anu, most motherfuckers have not heard. Most people think they know what they're talking about. Fucking Anunnaki aliens. No, the Anu. All right, it's a dynamic. You have 7 on the inside, a spiral circle of 7 on the inside, and it circles outward to create a torus structure with 5 on the outside. 7 on the inside, 5 on the outside. It's, God damn it, bro. This shit is not talking about the physical world. It's not talking about the Bible is not an anatomy book. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know it hurts. I know it hurts. It is not an anatomy book. It is not. We are not talking about the physical world. And that's motherfuckers' problem. You misinterpreted it because you want to reduce this to your pineal gland, cranial nerves, and spinal cord. God damn it, bro. The expression of those things physically is an outgrowth of what was being talked about, not the point. It's an outgrowth. It's a representation of what we're talking about. See, you have the actual physical world. That's the territory. You have the map or idea of what that shit is. And then you have you translating the map. So if you're sitting here translating, well, okay, the map would be your different spiritual practices, okay? Your pantheons, your religions, your cultural traditions. That's the map. But if you misinterpret those and you think that the map is the thing, you miss the territory. And that's what's happening, okay? So 12-fold is coming down. 16-fold is going back up. Why is 16-fold going back up? Because it's using what was established from 12. All right, 12 is the seed falling from the tree. 16 is going back up. That's why being the 13 is like standard. Because what is 13? Oh God, why do I want to do that? I'm gonna go through 3 and 4 before I start to talk about what is 13. Because once again, M-A-N, we're talking Christ. We're talking Christ. We're not talking the sons of man, that which is created in the image. The sons and daughters of man. We're talking Christ. Okay. Oh, excuse me, I didn't see shit was here. So would it be the collective thought of the day? Would this be the measurement and framework of this current collective reality? The thought of the day, I mean, within the context of that reality. That's the thing. These are methodologies for framing how you perceive reality. So there are confinements to it. There are constraints to it, excuse me. But those are necessary constraints. Part of seeing is not seeing. You know, like a thing defined, the thing that's inclusive of anything is exclusive of everything else. Okay? So to be inclusive, you have to be exclusive. So no framework is covering all of reality. So you have to look at it that way. If you look at a framework as though it can cover all of reality, you've confused the map with the territory. You've confused the map with the territory. And so that's what a lot of people do when they don't think about their thinking. They confuse these ideas with the territory that's here. But the territory itself is something that's been mapped. It's not what you're experiencing. And so to get into what you're experiencing, you have to reinterpret how you read the map. Many people got different ways of reading the map, like you're saying. So I mean, those are the measures of the framework within itself. But as to whether or not the framework tracks reality, that's a different question. You know, because that gets into the question of what's the nature of reality. And each of those different frameworks are going to have something to say about it. You know, like look into philosophy of truth. Like, what does truth mean? How do people know truth? I was looking at this last night. Because you have theories of truth, epistemological theories of truth. Okay. Well, epistemology, you have theories of knowledge. Really, I don't know. What's the branch? I have to look at that again. Because I would think epistemology would be the branch of philosophy that deals with truth, but now I'm not sure because I know they deal with knowing. But look up what is truth in philosophy, bro. Like the correspondence theory. If truth corresponds, truth means it corresponds to some reality. Oh shit! I have a coffee cup. How do we know it's true? Corresponds with an experience we can both have, okay? But if I say I'm a doctor, how do you know it's true? I have to have on the lab coat and be doing something with a nigga. Otherwise, you wouldn't really know, right? There's a coherence to the idea of truth. What truth is what is most coherent within the framework. So when you're talking about that measurement and framework of this current collective reality, what is true within the bounds of that, if it remains coherent to the whole framework. Okay, so that's another way of looking at truth. Some people look at truth based on what's pragmatic. Okay, so if it has some type of meaning or function, it's considered true. But the issue with that is what determines the relevance and meaning of a thing a priori to it being pragmatic. Okay, and then there's the idea, because all those are propositional truths. Then there's the idea of non-propositional truth, because maybe we haven't been speaking about truth at all. Maybe we've been speaking about language and not truth, because you get into non-propositional truths, all this shit that you were doing over here don't work no more. So maybe what you were doing was talking about language as opposed to truth. See, brother, so many conversations about what truth is. And niggas is out here quick to say, I got the truth. The truth, exposed. Ooh. And niggas just eat that up. Well, I gotta get that truth. I'm tapping in, I'm learning. No, you're not. What the fuck is truth? You can't go out here looking for it if you don't know what you're looking for. Yes, you can. But you can go out here and fail. You can go out here and fail. Whatever. So does mankind refer to the mankind, the lesser or lower or maybe incarnated aspects of man, or maybe the sons / descendants of man? Everything in the physical world are the sons and daughters of man. It is mankind. What is man? M-A-N. It is creation. It is the sun. All right. You have the image of the Most High, which is the Son, which is the only begotten Son, which is the Christ, and then you have that which is created in the image, okay? You have creation and the created. Creation and the created, okay? I have to switch this up a little. Damn it. Because I want to get into creation and the created, but I don't want to miss it. I can always come back to it. Fuck you mean. Because that's what I really need to get into here, is the created and the created. Subjective versus objective reality. There are places where they have the conversations about whether or not there is this like what is the relationship between the two? Is subjective and objective like left and right? You know, or is it more complicated than that? And if it is like left and right, you know, where's the line drawn? What determines the line? Or what determines, even if we have a line, what determines whether or not that line is tracking to reality at large? Or here's an even better question. Who's to say reality at large is even comprehensible? Because that's a presumption a lot of science has to make, is that the thing that you're going to try and study is comprehensible. And so what is the argument for that? When I ask what is the argument for that, I'm not saying somebody's right or wrong or I know the answer out there. I'm saying you have to have these kind of discussions with yourself. You have to examine the nature of what it is you think you know about what you know and how you know it. This is why, oh my God, epistemology, ontology, metaphysics. Like this is what metaphysics is. Not some nigga telling you can do telekinesis if you unlock your melanin and meditate on the proper vibration. Not some nigga telling you about what's going on in your spine from some ass oil. All right, that's not metaphysics. It's not metaphysics, bro. Telling you about the Anunnaki coming back to do something to the white man on the flat earth is not metaphysics. I'm the last of the metaphysicians out here, bro. Ain't nobody else talking it. Ain't nobody else talking about it. That's okay. That's okay. Niggas don't want metaphysics no way anyway. They want to feel good as humans. Whatever. Whatever. Fuck me, right? Creation versus the created. Okay? Like I said, you have the Most High, the image of the Most High, and that which is made in the image. Okay? You have the Most High, the image of the Most High, and that which is made in the image. Okay? 1, 3, and 4. Because what is 4? 3 plus 1. What is 13? 1 and 3. Come on. It's because 13 is 1 and 3 at a completely different place. Okay? You got 1 and 3 here. But all this over here is a completely different place. Because look, let's say the zodiac, for example. Okay? Where are we at? 1 and 3. This first quadrant is what builds the rest of the quadrants. But the concept of the 13 is all the way on the next level, because once again, this is moving forward. You see the cycle in and of itself, the 12-fold cycle going around, but that cycle moves forward, which creates the toroidal structure, okay? But when you're looking at 1 and 3, giving rise to 4, which constitutes the rest of the zodiac, 13 is beyond everything that was constituted with 4 through 12, okay? So it's a whole different ball game as opposed to where you started, even though it has the same initial nature. Once again, guys, English geometria. You're looking, you're trying to translate English from Western occultism. It's not to say whether or not Western occultism is right or wrong, correct, true or not true. Those are completely different questions. That's what I've been saying. What is truth and what is falsehood is a question niggas ain't even ready for. That's not you sit there trying to determine whether or not Western science and Western occultism is true. Nigga, do you even understand what it is? Of course I do. Does he know? Does he know I'm a fool? Does he know I'm a poser? Does he know I'm a fake? Yeah, I know. Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm being a piece of shit. But it's what I am. Alright, look. We're talking about the relationship. There's an interesting place between 3 and 4. Okay? The relationship between 3 and 4. The triangle and the square. The creation and the created. Even if you look at the Trinity with 1, 2, and 3. The intimacy it shares with 0, if you were to count all the positions in the Trinity, you'd be like, well, there's 4 positions because 0 somewhat counts. And I won't disagree with you. But to the degree to which 0 is unexpressed, that relationship of a thing that exists in an oppositional relationship with the Trinity. So you have 0 and the Trinity, right? You have this oppositional relationship, 0 and the Trinity. But 0 can't really do much of that because it's unexpressed. But that idea becomes expressed at 4. Okay? So you have this relationship here between 1, 2, and 3 and 0. And it's very intimate. There's a lot going on between 0 and 1. Okay? To give you 0 and the Trinity. But when you get to the other side, the nature, that dynamic that you were getting a hint of, that was unexpressed, is expressed at 4. It's creation. It's the world. The Father does not give the Son. The Father does not give the Son. The Father is the Son. The Father gives the world that He so loved to the Son. The Father gives the world that He so loved to the Son. Okay? Because look, you're starting down the number line, going from 0. 1, at just 1, there's nothing the Father and the Son can do because there is no Son. First, the Son has to be expressed. So by way of 2, the Son is expressed. Okay? And now that the Son is expressed, now you can do something with the Son. Because it's different from having 1 give rise to 3 than 1 and 3 interacting with each other, okay? So now 1 and 3 interact. What do you get? What's 1 plus 3? 4, okay? You get, this is the relationship between the triangle and the square. The triangle, which is triangle. Do I have a triangle on here? I don't have that triangle, do I? I don't have the triangle I want. I don't have the triangle I want on here. It's probably on the other slides. I'll fuck with it. But the triangle, okay? The triangle is the basic for all other geometric shapes, okay? It's the first shape to enclose empty space. Well, there's a discrepancy about whether or not that's the circle or the triangle. Argument to be had, but that's the Father and the Son. You've seen the Father, you've seen the Son. So there's an argument about whether or not the circle or the triangle is the first. But for explicatory purposes, I'm going to talk about the triangle. You can make the argument that it's the square, and I'd love to debate you about it. But for explicatory purposes, we're going to talk about the triangle because we're talking about 3. Okay, 380 degrees of angles. So it's the first thing that can be in. It's the first thing that can be. It's the only begotten Son. It is creation, the basis of every other geometric shape there will be. Okay, the square. This is the world. All right, it's the shape that embodies the medium itself. It's the shape that embodies the medium itself. Another way to say that is the square contains all triangles. The square is what contains all triangles, okay? So just like the triangle is the first thing to enclose empty space, the first geometric shape to enclose empty space, the square is the first geometric shape to embody the medium of empty space, okay? The reason you want to embody the medium of empty space is so that you can move beyond it. Okay, that's moving a little bit ahead of what I want to talk about, But that's the whole. It's an unfolding, and I'll get into the unfolding as we go throughout the season of the show. But what we're talking about right now is 4. Okay, so three is the first shape to enclose that empty space from which it emerged. Okay, the square is the first thing to embody that empty space, and as a result, it contains not only all triangles, but it represents the plane itself, the empty space. Okay. So this is what we're talking about, the relationship between 3 and 4, because just like the relationship between 1 and 0 is iconic, because it's a feat to go from nothing to everything. It's a feat. It's an astronomical feat. We could argue all day about whether or not the process even takes place. So much so that I could argue with it. I could argue about it through physical life, and we'd still have arguments we could make. Oh my! I'm telling you, that's the astronomical part. That's the miracle. All right. But 3 and 4, it builds on this, because you're going to see the relationship between 3 and 4 unfold and become more intricate. All right. You're going to see the relationship between creation and the created, the Son and the world that the Father so loved, which He gave. You're going to see that relationship get more and more intimate as the unfolding continues. Because right now, you have 3 giving rise to 4. Okay? That's different from 3 plus 4, which is 7. And that's even further different, or more distinct, rather, than 3 times 4, which is a mixation of the 2, giving you 12. Okay? Is a foundational pivotal points within unfolding onto manifestation. These are foundational pivotal points. It's the relationship between 3 and 4. Okay? It's going to be it's astronomical and what's the word I want to use here? It's astronomical and significant as, oh yeah, there we go, my slide. As the relationship between 0 and 1. Let me switch to the next set of slides here, because once again, I've talked to you about what man means. Okay, we've gone through. You need English geometria to decipher these things. Okay, but this is what they're talking about. They're not talking about anything on the physical plane. They're not talking about the physical world. Well, maybe really they're really no. You're confused. You've misinterpreted the map, and now you've confused the map with the territory. This has nothing to do with the physical world. It is a story encapsulating the process of unfolding that could be told to people based on what they knew at the time, place, and space. It is not a guide of the physical world. It is not a history book. It is not a history book. Fuck me, man. Confusing the map with misinterpreting the map, and then confusing the map with the territory. Okay, the creation and the creating. We already told you. 3, the triangle. This is creation. It's the only begotten Son. It's the first expression of the Trinity. Well, it's the last expression of the Trinity, but the first expression of being that can encapsulate or enclose the empty space upon which it exists. Okay? It's the first geometric shape that encloses the empty space upon which it exists. 4 is the created. All right? It is the result of creation. And as such, it contains all 3s. Okay? There is no part of 4 that is not touched by 3. There is no part of 4 that is not touched by 3. In fact, 4 is characterized by being able to touch all 3s. It's embodying the empty space upon which it exists. See, 3, first thing it did, it encloses it. It gives it finite definition. 4 expands on that and embodies the empty space itself. It embodies the medium itself. Okay? Any square you can draw, you can always draw a larger square around it. If the medium upon which it exists is infinite, no matter what square you draw, you can always draw a larger square around it. Okay? And to a certain degree, 3 works like that as well. Which gives you the Trinity. But is there a but? No, not really. No, that is kind of it. There isn't a but. Ha! Alright, so like I've been talking to you, the Father and the Son, okay? I'm giving you the language of Christianity because you know it. You don't want to know it because you're upset about your fucking trauma. Don't be a bitch and get the gems. Don't be a bitch, get these gems. Okay? My God, can you please just say it without saying Christ? I can't digest that. No, I could, I'm not going to. I could, I'm not going to. Use it. Use it. I'm not telling you to worship Jesus. I'm saying you misinterpreted the map and you're confusing it with the territory. If you hear Jesus and the first thing you got to say is Jesus wasn't a real person. He wasn't a physical person. So what? What's the significance of that? It's got to be about the physical world for you, don't it? Well, I'm trying to use it to figure out the physical world. I mean, don't you use it to determine how you live in life? No. 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 You've misinterpreted the map and you've confused the map with the territory. God damn it, man. It's not something for your fucking physical life. Anyways, I've talked to you about the Trinity itself. I've talked to you about the triple blackness of space. Okay, it's triune in nature, although unexpressed. The first expression of that is one. Okay, and you've seen the Father, you've seen the Son. Okay, but the Father does not give the Son. The Father is the Son. He gives the world that He so loved, which is four, which is earth, which is the created. Okay, if you're looking at this, if you're looking at let's say the zodiac, the lowest point of the zodiac is Aries, fire, right? It's the first part. It's like well, it's not. It's goddamn, because the 12-fold pattern is different because that first one encompasses different things. Okay, look, think about it this way: the chakras. Okay, it starts at the bottom. The lowest part is Earth. The tree of life and clip off. The lowest part is Earth. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about the planet. Okay, the lowest part is Earth. And so the relationship between the Trinity, zero, and the lowest expression, or the only expression you really need, because you got creation and the created. The created encapsulates all that shit. See, that is form. Four is form. It's not manifest physical form. It is form. It is form. It's coming right out of the. Or you could even say you could have a discussion about whether or not this part of the relationship is actually primordial, because to the degree to which you agree to four, you've agreed to 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. To the degree to which you've agreed to four, and this is part of the reason four is so. The relationship between 3 and 4 is so iconic, because at 3, like, look, the buck stops. The game is done. Like, there's not really anything you need to do. Like. At 0, you already have the unexpressed potential of 0, which is triune in its nature already. It expresses as 1. Look at that. You got 3 and 1 already. Just like 3 and then 1, or 1, 2, 3 and 4. It's the same relationship. It's the same dynamic, but it's expressing itself at a different I don't want to say step. At a different, god damn it, I don't have to say step. At a different step of unfolding, okay? Because I don't want to say step because I don't want to invoke temporality or the process of the passage of time, because if time exists, it begins at 4. If time exists, it begins at 4. God damn, what am I talking about right here? If time exists, it begins at 4. See, space-time is at the very bottom, so it's stupid to look at it from this way, but imagine you're not seeing me put space-time. We're just talking about the initial X, Y, and Z axis. All right, this is that empty space. This is the triple blackness of space. That empty space with the X, Y, Z axis. Do I have that picture on this particular set of slides? No, I do not. No, I do not, because I'm a piece of shit. Just in case the niggas actually care, I have a whole lecture I have set up on the triple blackness of space. So I'm not going to talk about that today. But it is in the works, trust me. Okay, so we're talking about the relationship between 3 and 4. We're talking about the secret of man. Okay, this right here. This is likened to what I showed you at the cipher. Okay, here, let me show you the cipher. Let me show you the cipher that I had on the last one. Here, it's on this set of slides. Because there's a reason I made it that way. Here you go. There's a reason I made it that way. Boom. You see it in shape. You see the circle. What they call the golden mean ratio. Or what's the other one? There's the golden mean ratio, and then there's another spiral, and I cannot remember the name of the spiral off the top of my head. But what we're talking about is the circle. Not just the circle itself, but the process of unfolding. Okay, so we're talking about that 1 and 3 together in a process. That is man. That is man. God damn it, what is that? Is the golden mean ratio and the golden mean ratio and the Fibonacci sequence. There we go. The golden mean ratio and the Fibonacci sequence. The Fibonacci sequence is talking about the spiral that moves down. The golden mean ratio is talking about going up. Or manifesting, or expressing from what was established. Okay? Up from what came down. God damn it, it can all be so simple, y'all. It can all be so simple. Him all red. Good to see you in the chat. Got his umbrella out. We out here for it, bro. I'm shitting on niggas parade, man. You thought this was about the physical world. It's not. It's not. And you look bad in front of the bitches while I look good. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Anyways, let me get back to lunch. Stop being a day. Remember, this is what we're looking at. We're talking about the circle. We're talking about the process of unfolding. There's a lot that goes into 3. 3 is the principle of vibration. All right. Because mind you, what are we looking at when we're talking about fucking vibration, huh? You take the example of vibration, what are you looking at? Please remember this slide. Remember this slide. What are you looking at? Vibration. What do you need for vibration? Why is vibration the third principle and not the first? If everything vibrates, why is vibration the third principle and not the first? Because to have vibration, you need at least 3 factors. And at correspondence, which is 2, there are only 2. There's no third factor. What do I mean you need a third factor? Let's look at the slide. Let's look at the slide, goddammit. Oi, mate! You taking a piss? Excuse me, sir. I need some privacy. I ain't mean that. I'm sorry. I'm having fun with myself. Anyways, let's look at this. There are 4 positions. There are four quadrants here throughout this wave. Okay, 3 positions on the wave. 3 positions on the wave. If you're familiar with Yad He Vad He, there are 3 symbols, but they express as 4 because 1 is repeated. Okay, so there are 3 positions expressing as 4. Yad He Vad He. This is not about fucking Yahweh is the real God. It's the real thing that came first. This is what they're talking about. They're not talking about a thing. You misinterpret the map, and then you confuse the map with the territory. They're not talking about a thing out there. It's a process based on unfolding. It's a process based on unfolding that you know. Fuck. What does it take to have a vibration? An initial level, an initial state, an up and a down. That's it. That's all you need to have vibration. An initial state, an up and a down. But by virtue of the up, you create the down. That's what you see in the Yad He Vad He. Yad, the Y part, up. Moving away from center, moving away from the initial part. H, Had, or He. You're moving back to where you came from. But on that same momentum, Vad, the V, that's the moving down. By virtue of how you moved up, by creating an up, by moving up, you have to go down as well. And then you do the same thing as returning to center, which is the He part. Okay? 3 movements, 4 positions. 3 movements, 4 positions. You can even see the zodiac here. You can see the zodiac here. What? Just flip it. Flip this over here. What you're looking at is the circle. This is a circle. This is a circle. That's what you're talking about the whole time. The zodiac. That's what you're talking about the whole time. The circle. You're talking about the circle and moving through this. It's one story, guys. It's one thing to talk about. It's all is mine. Everything is one thing. It's one thing they're talking about. Those motherfuckers don't know how the physical world works. They want to try and figure it out using this, and so they misinterpret the map and then confuse the map with the territory. You niggas want to learn the physical world? Go fucking learn the physical world. There's plenty of motherfuckers who have spent their life talking about this, that, and the third, and it's free to you. This is the age of information, but you don't have discernment. And that's the issue. That's the issue. It's not that this is a thing that's explaining the physical world and it's a secret and it's really hidden and nobody knew. Shut the fuck up. It's unapparent. If you don't know what you're looking at, you don't see anything. If you don't know what you're looking at, you don't see anything. The unapparent. Fuck, man. 4 positions, 3 modes. This is called a sine wave, okay? It's the circle. It's the equation for a circle. You ever have one of those calculators that you put in the equation and it graphs it out? The sine wave is a circle. But it's a circle expressed through the relationship between those 4 positions and 3 modes. What do you have in the zodiac? 3 modalities and 4 elements. But why is it 3 modalities and 4 elements? Well, Yad He Vad He. These are the secrets of man. M-A-N. Creation and the created. This is why the drama of 3 and 4 will be pivotal all throughout the rest of unfolding. 3 giving rise to 4. 3 plus 4, which is 7. Everybody loves 7. 7! 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7 and 7. There's 7 of these and there's 7 of that. That means something, doesn't it? 7. It's not about something in your fucking body. It's not about something. The 12 has nothing to do with something in your body. 3 and 4. Yahweh. The name of God. Why is it the name of God? Why is this the name of God? The Most High. Image of the Most High and that which is created in the image. Why is Yahweh the name of God? Look at the pattern. This is going to give rise to everything else that exists. That's what they're talking about. It's not something in your body. Fuck me sideways. God damn it! It triggers me beyond belief because I want to have the conversations about the implications of these things as opposed to conversations about the fundamentals. I heard a nigga say that crystals are Titan blood. I cannot get over that. You completely misinterpreted the map. You don't know what a Titan is if you're going to tell me that crystals are Titan blood. You've misinterpreted the map drastically. Fuck me sideways. God damn it, Titan blood? That's why crystals are a thing? It's crystallized Titan. Crystals are crystallized Titan blood. Did you just define it with the word? Did you just define a thing with the thing itself? Did you just define a thing with the thing itself? That's called circular reasoning. God damn it, I hate niggas. I'm good. I'm good. The secrets of man. This is what I've told you. This is what I've told you. I've told you what you thought man was and why you thought. Understandably, no one's told you that. And you're one of the people who usually need someone to tell you something before you think about it. I understand it. That's who you have to be. Ignorance is the precursor to knowledge. I've told you what you thought man was. It's the same mistake you make when you think Earth is the planet. If the planet is named Earth. The same mistake you make when you think the Great Mother is feminine. It's named the Great Mother. It's feminine in name. It's like if I thought the fruit orange was the color itself. If I thought the fruit orange was the color itself. That'd be dumb. And you know it'd be dumb. But it's an understandable confusion to have. It's like if I named a king, and then I asked somebody, what's it like to be king? Am I talking about the person or the position? It'd be hard to distinguish because maybe if that king is king, it's hard to distinguish between the two. So it's an understandable mistake to make. It's understandable. And so I have the level of compassion for it. But Kundalini ass oil is the truth. What's stop? I know, man. These niggas activate their anus. I've literally seen the reels where motherfuckers throw their legs in the air in the sun. Bro, I have to save these things because niggas will not believe me when I say these are things. I need you to look. Nigga ain't really do that. They did it. They did it proud too. They did it proud. I'm talking about chest out. So anyways, what have I told you? Wait, let me finish these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. Laughing at me because I'm fucking ranting, man. I love the rants. Thank you, Aaliyah. Best rants. Thank y'all. Hey, I be thinking, since I'm trying to stay on topic, but I get so frustrated because I really want to talk about the actual metaphysical implications of shit. I want to flesh out an ontology aside just fucking doing it myself. Like, fuck. Can a nigga have his own limitations? Motherfuckers need Jesus to come back before they listen to somebody. Fuck out of here, man. Let's do the work. Nah, I'm already right. I hate you niggas. Kundalini. Like I've said before, bro, Kundalini is not something in your body. You've misinterpreted the map. Remember, 3 and 4, the relationship of 3 and 3 giving rise to 4 is one thing. 3 plus 4 being 7 is a completely different thing. So there are other implications involved in what you're talking about when you're dealing with a 7-fold pattern. It's not that you find 7 things in your body and that's it. Here, look at this, watch. Well, I got 5 fingers, but if you count the forearm and the upper arm, that's 7. This is really what they was talking about. I'm tapping in. No. God damn it. And it can all be so simple. But a nigga who think he got the answer ain't gonna ask a question. As a matter of fact, not only is he not gonna ask a question, he's gonna tell you that Titan blood is what crystals are. And you're gonna say check firing facts because you have no discernment, you have no mechanism about determining what makes something plausible, valid. Nothing. It's just whatever niggas feel. Yes, niggas is stunning their butthole to try and activate they ain't bruh. This is part of the reason I wrote the fucking book. Alright? Because a lot of what niggas is doing isn't right in the left-hand path. It's a left-hand path. That's right in the middle path. And not to say that's wrong, but you need to be able to make the distinction so you know what premises of thinking you're coming from. So when you know what you're talking about. Motherfuckers just want to say anything and everything. If everything is right, if everybody is right, why are you even opening your mouth? Why do you have to teach anyone anything? If they're already right, what difference does it make what you said? What difference does it make what your channel is? Oh, I got some Thunderbird here for y'all. I got some Thunderbird. So, everybody's right? So what is anybody going to gain from that if they're already right? What about the nigga in the front row at church dancing for Jesus? Everybody's right? So why say anything to him? Because you don't actually believe everybody's right. It's something you say to justify your own bullshit, and you never have to never have to deal with controversy or scrutiny. That's the issue. You never have to deal with controversy or scrutiny, and that's why you say that shit. That everybody is right. And really, no one really knows anything ever. No one knows what it knows to know. No. Shut up. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. And you got teachers doing this shit, man. You got teachers doing this shit. Fuck out of here. Anyone who's above debating is above the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. And I don't know who the fuck you think you are above the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom. Fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. What did I forget? God damn it. What did I forget? Bro, I am triggered a little bit. I will not lie to you. I am a bit triggered at the moment. I got that. No, because I didn't finish fleshing out Creation and the Created, Part 2. Well, here, I'll do this. If your nigga stay for this long in the shit, let me find the other, because like I said, it says Part 1, so there's a Part 2. I just didn't finish, I haven't finished fleshing it all the way out into presentation form, but let me see. Where's my, give me 2 seconds. If you've been around this long, bro, you can wait 2 seconds for me to figure this out real quick. Okay, that's, The Secrets of Man, Creation versus the Created. 6. Okay, we'll go to this one then. That must be where I'm at. Yeah, right? Let me double check. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go to that one. That's day 6. Just to give you a look, because I'm gonna give you what I got, so I'm gonna give you what I got. I wish a nigga would. Please come and fight me about it. So that niggas can be fighting. No, I don't have it here, bro. I don't have it here. I thought I did. I don't. No, I didn't finish that part yet. That's probably the reason why. Because there's more that can be said about creation and the created. Because, like I was saying, I've alluded to 7 and 12. Niggas know 7 and 12, like, they know it, but you don't know the context. You don't know how to interpret the map, so you misinterpret the map, and you confuse the map with the territory. I'm telling you, there's so much more to this, and you have to let go of the idea that you know, because you know propositions, you know semantical things that you can say that a Christian wouldn't say, so now you feel like you know. Just because you can put it into semantics doesn't mean you know, and just because you can't do it doesn't mean you don't know. There are different levels and types of knowing. There are different ways in which we know. And most of you are only considering the fact that you know based on the fact that you feel like you know. You feel like you know. That's the result of hero cookies, my nigga. That feeling like you know. Because you don't have to actually know, but you'll settle for the feeling. Because this is all a bit about your feelings. You don't even care about the knowledge. You don't. And it's okay. Like, you may be mildly interested in it, and that's more than I can get from anyone else, really. Because most people are completely uninterested. You might be mildly interested, but you don't care like you think you care. And you won't be able to until you can really examine that. Until you can really examine that you ain't really in this for the knowledge. I just want to know what I want to know at all costs. How much are you willing to sacrifice for it? How much are you willing to give for it? Let me guess, you just owe it. It's just owed to you. It's your birthright, right? Well, pick it up. Identify it. You can't. How can you tell somebody about a freedom that you can't articulate? You're not owed a freedom that you can't articulate. You're not. You can't articulate what it is. It's to be presumed. But why would anybody presume it for you? Why would anybody presume that they should come to tell you something? Who the fuck are you? And who's to say they know, bro? You got to examine yourself. You are in your own way. It's you that's fucking up. It's you that don't know. As much as you want to point to the Christian, as much as you want to point to the dead nigga and say that nigga don't know, it's you who doesn't know. And you don't know that you don't know because you can't accept the fact that maybe you don't know. Just like the niggas you don't like. Just like that Christian don't want to accept the fact that maybe they don't know because they've invested so much in what they feel confident about. You're doing the same thing. Yeah, I know. I know because I did it. I was that. I get it. I get why you'd make the mistake. I get the mistake you're making. And I get how to get out of it. Not simply because I'm magnanimous and I'm better than you at a lot of things. That's not the only reason. The bigger, larger, more pertinent point is that I'm actually looking at the thing. And all you have to do is look at it. Not see what you want to see, not see yourself. You got to be able to get out your own way. It can all be so simple. It's always in your face. It is not something that someone is hiding from you. You are hiding it from you because what is you? God damn it. That's all right. That's all right. This is. I think I've done this some justice. Okay. If you want something more in depth than this, you're gonna need to get a consultation and start coming to the class. Period. And you're gonna have to be able to get through boot camp just to be availed something like this. Because you niggas, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is why I make boot camp the first thing. Is because as much as you think you ready to come into the kitchen and start cleaning, my nigga, you are filthy. And so boot camp is washing your hands, putting on some clean clothes, and getting a clean apron. And before you walk in my door, I gotta make sure you know what a knife is. Because any nigga on the street can say, I can cook, I know what a knife is, and I'm ready to get in the kitchen. Any nigga can say it. Any nigga can say it. And I'd rather not open up this shit to you and really, you a dirty nigga from the street who don't know a knife from a fork, but wants the clout, wants the attention, wants the engagement. I give a fuck what you want. I give a fuck what you want. You niggas are filthy, you're unprepared, and you're completely confused. But it's something that can be fixed. It's something that can be fixed. Now, I don't fix it for you. You fix it. But I can guide you to how to fix it. And I can guide you to how to fix it for yourself perpetually. So that if you ever were interested in actual metaphysics, we can get into it, we can have a conversation, but you're not. You're interested in feeling better, and that's okay. Because feeling bad sucks. I get it. Okay, so there's that in my rant. Yeah, that's been it for me today, man. I might do a debate with Destructive Shaman. I gotta see what he's on today. That'd be fun. Have a debate. I'm thinking about a format for debate that I can replicate, and so I can engage with other people. A form of a debate that doesn't hurt as much. But I'm coming to it because I know, once again, another thing I have to guide myself through. But once I do it, I'm the realest nigga ever. So don't mind it. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you coming here for this morning, allowing me to have my way with your Monday morning. I understand I did terrible things to it, and you're gonna have to take that bed sheet to the laundromat. Don't know what to tell you, bro. It's what I do. It's what I do. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. If you have any questions about anything, any smoke, anything at all, please contact me. If you're in Atlanta next month, audio. Is my audio fucking up? Yes, I'm destroying. Get that plate of hero cookies out of here, nigga. Get that plate of here. Next month, if you're coming through, if you're in Atlanta, next month we're starting Magic Market. Go to occultcornerstore.com. Go to the Instagram. If you want to find it, it's there. We got the links. We're setting it up. If you're a nigga that vends, holla at your boy. We'll see about it. You guys have a good evening if you choose. Bad evening if it's gonna happen. Yeah, that's it for me. Y'all enjoy, man.